start with the general strategy for solving this equation, and I'll refer to this graph later. Hopefully you'll be able to see what's going on there. It's kind of small. What we like to do is start by isolating the cosine of x plus 4 by dividing both sides by 8. So what we're doing is we're looking for angles that have a cosine of 1/8. And we can isolate x plus 4 by taking the inverse cosine of both sides. So the value x plus 4 is equal to the inverse cosine of 1/8, or the arc cosine of 1/8, or the set of all angles that have a cosine of 1/8. If you try to get a value for this expression using a calculator, the calculator will only give you one answer. And this f of x right here is the inverse cosine of x. And you can see that if I plug 1/8 in to this formula, then I've only got one answer, this 0.445. But actually, there's infinitely many angles that have a cosine of 1/8. Here I've graphed the cosine curve, this purple curve, and I've also graphed the line y equals 1/8, and where that horizontal line intersects the cosine graph, those are all angles that have a cosine of 1/8. Infinitely many of them. How do I write that fact or provide a list of all the angles that have a cosine of 1/8? Well, first of all, one of the angles is this a sub 1 here, 1.445. So this angle right here, a sub 1 equals 1.445, has a cosine that's equal to 1/8. So that's one of them. But also, if I add 2 pi to this, or subtract 2 pi, I'll get an angle with a terminal side that also has a cosine of 1/8. So I can do something like this. One of the angles is this 1.445, which I've rounded off, plus 2k pi, where k is any integer. So if I put 0 in for k, I get this angle a sub 1. If I put 1 in for k, I go around one more time and I get the 7.729 added to the 1.445. But there's another angle that has a terminal side that has a cosine of 1/8, and that's this angle right here. If I rotate from, let me put this in red, if I rotate from here all the way to here, where this angle is also a sub 1, this 2 pi minus a sub 1 is the other angle, or another angle with the terminal side that has a cosine of 1/8, and that's this 4.835. 2 pi take away a sub 1, 4.838 rounded off, plus 2k pi, k any integer. But we're supposed to restrict our answers for x to those angles that are between 0 and 2 pi. And if I want to solve this for x, I can go like this. X equals 1.445 minus 4 plus 2k pi. Again, k any integer. Or x equals 4.838 minus 4 plus 2k pi. k any integer. So what we need to do is put values in for k that give us a value for x that is between 0 and 2 pi, which is like 0 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 6.28 something. Okay, so to finish up the problem, by the way, you can do 1.445 minus 4 and write it that way. This one will be 0.838 plus 2k pi. And you can see if I put 0 in for k, I'll just get 0.838, which is in the interval from 0 to 6.28. So this is one of your answers right here. If I put 0 in for k for this first row, I'm going to get a negative number. So I think you have to put 1 in for k for this, and 0 in for k for this row, and that'll give you your two answers in the interval from 0 to 2 pi. Okay, I'm going to stop recording.